My Lords, I declare my position as co-chair of the All-Party Parliamentary Group on Hong Kong. The reports this weekend and the allegations that have emerged are, I know, of great concern to the large and growing community of refugees and exiles from Hong Kong in the UK, as also students from Hong Kong. This follows a few months after the bounty of $1 million Hong Kong dollars was put on the heads of 8 activists around the world, 3 of whom live in the UK. So my question to the Labour Lord the Minister is, what reassurance, what services, what support is the UK government planning to provide to ensure that people know where to go if they've had a concerning, a dangerous, a worrying experience, possibly on social media or in person? And also a related question, thinking about the many students, perhaps particularly postgraduate students, who might be studying China, studying issues around China. They may be approached, perhaps perfectly innocently, perhaps not innocently, by someone who might be an agent of the Chinese state. Does the government have advice for them on what steps they should take to make sure that they are able to act appropriately in that situation and protect themselves and protect the rest of us?
Well, my Lords, I thank the Noble Baroness for the question, and of course I believe she'll acknowledge that the action of His Majesty's Government, or Her Majesty's Government as it then was, in opening the door to so many people from Hong Kong, which was supported across the House, was a right and wise thing to do. And I hope that she will recognise that. Obviously, in that region of the world, we are seeking to be active to constrain China. It's seeking to extend its malign influence, and I know with her background she'll very much welcome the AUKUS arrangement. Well, I'm very disappointed to see her shaking her head, because I think that is certainly something, that's a reaction that might be shared in quarters that we're now discussing. But, my Lords, if the Hong Kong bounties are intolerable, unacceptable, anybody who has any sort of threat should obviously let that be known to the authorities. We take that extraordinarily seriously. We will not tolerate any attempts by China to intimidate and silence individuals in the UK or overseas. The UK will always defend the universal right to freedom of expression. Why are we here, my Lords, in this chamber, and stand up for those who are targeted? We strongly object to the national security law that China imposed on Hong Kong, including its extraterritorial reach, which is in breach of the legally binding Sino-British Joint Declaration. We suspended the extradition agreement with Hong Kong on the 20th of July 2020 in response to the imposition of the national security law by Beijing. So I can assure your Lordships that we will give the most vigorous support to those intimidated by China who come from the remarkable territory of Hong Kong.